I'm here right now. Right now, right now, right now. That TikTok song by Willow Smith is in my head. It is in my head. It lives in here rent free. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are playing with Primark dupes. So I've got the dupe for the Bobbi Brown face base, and I've got a dupe. Well, I don't know if it's a dupe yet, but I've got a lip plumper, which I think might be a dupe for the Too Faced lip plumpers. So that's what we're going to be playing with today. I'm not going to chit chat too much. We're going to get straight into the video. So the first dupe that we're going to go into is the Prep and Perfect dupe, which is definitely a dupe for the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I have the Bobbi Brown right here and I have the Primark one here, and I'm going to do the Bobbi Brown on this side of my face, the Primark on this side of my face, and we're just going to see if they are anything like each other, because this one was like £30 and this one was £4.50. So if it's a proper dupe, that is a mega saving. You know what? I've never actually used this. I've had this in my drawer for quite a while and I've still not got around to using this. So I think I'm going to go into this one first and then we're going to do this one. So you get 50ml in this one and you get 45ml in this one. So you get a little bit less. So the Bobbi Brown one is a primer and a moisturizer in one. This is the Bobbi Brown one. It does look a little bit more luxe. You have the Bobbi Brown kind of stamp on the top here. Now let's compare it to the Primark one. So this is the Primark one. Pretty similar. Nothing on top. This is them next to each other. So the Primark bottle actually looks a lot bigger. The Bobbi Brown one looks less, but you get more product in this one. There are similarities. You can tell that this one is definitely a dupe of this one. You open them up and this is how they are sealed. Obviously the Bobbi Brown one looks a little bit more expensive, like you've got a better seal. This one's just like a generic one. Okay, so the Bobbi Brown one actually has like a lemony scent. It looks very moussey, looks very like whipped and as if it'll sink into the skin very easily. Ooh. Okay, similar scent, not as lemony, so it smells a little bit cheaper, but it has a similar kind of texture. Like it's still quite whipped and thick. It looks like a kind of moisturizer situation. I do feel like the texture of the Bobbi Brown one just looks a little bit more, I don't know, inviting. Like it's just gonna spread nicer. I'm putting the Bobbi Brown on this side. To be fair, it's the more problematic side, so I feel like maybe it needs a little bit of, you know, the vitamins and whatnot. It's quite thick when you touch it, but then it kind of melts in your hand as well. So I'm putting on a generous amount so it kind of covers the face. I'm getting a really, really strong scent of lemon. It feels really quite like cooling on the skin. Okay, so this one is like a lot thicker. The Bobbi Brown one has a mousse-like texture. This one is a bit more like, it feels more like buttery. Like it's still whipped, but it's more, it's a little bit thicker. Right, so let's rub them in. So I'm going to rub in the Bobbi Brown one first. Okay, so that feels like a really nice, like moisturizing, but also I can feel it kind of getting rid of texture. There's a layer that sits on top of the skin and kind of feels like it'll be really good for like a priming base for foundation. The lemon scent is quite strong, but it's quite nice. It's quite refreshing. No, this feels really nice and my face is tacky, but in a good way. Right, let's try the Primark one. Ooh, that feels quite refreshing as well. I'd say this one is just a touch less hydrating than this side. This one just felt like it soaked into the skin a lot easier and better. This side is tacky as well. And the lemon scent actually came out more as I was rubbing it into my skin. So I'd say the scent is pretty similar. It's like that herbal kind of lemon scent. Yeah, I'd say both of them are tacky. I feel like this side feels a touch smoother than the Primark side. But all in all, there's not too many differences that I can note straight away. So I'm going to go do like foundation, all the rest of my makeup. And then we're gonna play around with the next lot of dupes. Okay, so I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. So I've done my makeup off camera, and what I can tell you is both primers are really good. My face feels really nice and smooth. The powder has sat on top of my skin, making it look so nice and smooth and creaseless. My pores look smaller on both sides, but I would say the Bobbi Brown side is a tiny bit more poreless. But yeah, I'd say I'm having a good makeup day on both sides. So far, I'd say they both work pretty similar. I do want to test what they'll be like after about 5 hours or so. So I'm gonna leave this makeup on, and then we're gonna do a check-in to see how the makeup wears on both sides. I want to see if either side might get more oilier than the other. So yeah. So the next dupes I have is the Primark lip plumper versus the Too Faced lip injection. So this is just the standard lip injection. I thought it was only fair to use like the standard one rather than the extreme or the even more extreme one. So this is the first ever lip plumper that I've seen in Primark, and it retails for £3, so it's not breaking the bank, versus the Too Faced one, which is a cult favourite and works very well, but this one retails for around £12, so it's like 4 times the price of this one. And if this one works well, then you don't need to get this one. So this one is 2.8 grams and this one is 3.5 mils. So I think you get a tiny bit more in this one. So you get more in the one that's cheaper. So that's saying a lot. So this one claims to make your lips look fuller, smoother, more moisturized. It has a vitamin E in here. All the claims, but you know what? We won't know until we try it, so that's what we're doing. I think we're gonna do like half and half. I know that's gonna be a little bit difficult, but we're just gonna do that. Okay, so I've got it out of the packaging, and this is what the lip plumper looks like. It's actually white and glittery. So it's gonna be very different to the Too Faced one, which is more of a clear one. So I think I'm gonna apply the Too Faced one first. This is a fresh one. I love these lip glosses. My favorite lip plumpers. So I'm gonna do it on this side, the Bobbi Brown side. And then on the other side, I'm gonna take the Primark one. First of all, let's see if it has a scent. No scent. That is really strange for Primark makeup because it usually always has a scent. I put the same amount on as the Too Faced one. Too Faced one has started tingling. There's 2 different finishes here. This one's like clear glossy and this one is shimmery glossy. So you can definitely differentiate between the two. Ooh, I can feel a little bit of heat on this side now. They are plumping. They are plumping. I will note one thing. The Primark side is a little bit more tacky than the Too Faced side. Like it's a little bit more sticky. It's pretty though. I feel like you can actually see the shimmer. So this on top of like a lipstick will look really good. Ooh, there's a lot of tingling happening now. A lot. You can definitely see that this side, the Too Faced side, is far more red than the Primark side. And I'd say plump wise, I don't know why, but I feel like the Primark side is just a tiny bit bigger. These 2 lip glosses have been on for a good couple of minutes now, and I've given them both enough time to kind of plump up. I'm not gonna lie, the plumping is kind of similar. Oh look, you can kind of see like equal height on both sides. I thought one side was going to be far more plump than the other, but plumping wise I think they're on a similar level, which is actually quite shocking. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed with that. This is actually not a bad option if you're on a budget and you want a little bit of plumping before you put on your lipstick, or even after. This one's a good option. I feel like the Too Faced one might last a bit longer because it always tends to do that. Oh my god, I'm kind of impressed. I'm gonna wear these lip glosses for a little while and let them work their magic for a bit longer. I'm gonna see which side lasts longer, and I also want to test out, you know, what the primer situation is gonna be like on the skin. So I will be back in a couple of hours and we are gonna do a check-in. Okay guys, so this is the makeup which has been on my face for a good solid few hours now. Let's talk about the primers first. So honestly, I feel like they wear pretty much the same. Like there's no difference in terms of like sheen or shininess of my oils seeping out. They are pretty matte on both sides. I'm so impressed. I'm impressed by this primer, guys. I've never even used the Bobbi Brown. Like, I've had it in my collection of makeup I'm getting around to using, but I've used it now and I'm in shock. I'm like, this is so good. But then I've used the Primark one as well, and it's equally as good, and it's literally so cheap in comparison. I mean, like, both of them have kind of blurred my pores. My face feels nice and hydrated. I haven't had any like oils seep out like they usually do. My makeup's sitting really nicely. I'm like, excuse me? I mean, I think the Bobbi Brown one must have better ingredients. Maybe that's why it warrants that price point. But I do feel like if you are looking for a really good dupe, this one is so good. Like, look at my makeup. Seriously, look at my makeup. If I told you to pick the more expensive side, would you be able to? I know this side has a little bit of texture because I have a few breakouts, but generally they look as good as each other. Which brings me on to the next product, the lip plumper. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I think the Primark one lasted a little bit longer than the Too Faced one. This side of my lips look more plump than this side. I'm like, excuse me? This was £3 and this was 12, so there's a big difference here. I genuinely, truly believe that this side of my lips is bigger than this side of my lips. I'm in shock. It actually was a really decent lip plumper. It's a really good option if you want a cheap lip plumper that works. I think the Primark one might be as good as maybe the Lip Injection Extreme. I love that extreme version, love it. It's really good and it works, and it's actually lasted a long time. I just can't get over how plump this side looks. There's no pain or anything, like the tingling sensation has gone, but the effects lasted longer than the Too Faced one. So yeah, proof is in the pudding. I have really enjoyed testing these products. They've really surprised me, and I think they are definitely dupes of the higher end makeup, and they work, so thumbs up for that. If you guys want to see more Primark dupes, then let me know. I've been doing a lot of Primark videos recently. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one.